Hello, my name is Sebbi and welcome back to the coffee break in Minecraft. Today is Wednesday, October 20th, 2021. Last time I grabbed some fresh new glass. I like to turn into white stained glass as well as black stained glass and subsequently into black stained glass paints as well as white stained glass paints, so that I can build the final finish line for the records, the personal records I like to put to display in the Hall of Sport. Also, I realized that I need to bring up some coal to my furnace setup in the tower, so yeah. You can finish cooking the sand while I quickly ride over to the storage house and grab some coal. Some coal I can store in the furnaces so that they are ready to go when I need to cook something, when I need to smelt something, when I just need to process some raw materials. And yeah, then we will head over to the construction site and build this final finish line. We will add some placeholders, some more placeholders. So I think I need some more. Well, let's just take 2 birch logs and oh, I do have some charcoal. Yes, I would also need some charcoal at some point. Why am I encumbered? I am encumbered because I do have those special fish. Oh, right. Speaking of fish, I need to check whether our salmon is still in the little pond or if the salmon has despawned. I hope the salmon is still there. This would be cool. Would be very nice. Alright, now I should have some more space again. Let's just grab some more coal. In the long run, I think I need to produce some more charcoal because this is a resource that is regrowing. That is not, well, coal basically also is infinite because the procedural terrain generation will always generate some new patches of coal, but here next to my, of course, well, there's some coal. There's plenty of coal. I think I just need to go into my mine, and I would find plenty of more coal. But yeah, at some point, the coal will run out. So it would be good to have a resource that is regrowing, and charcoal definitely is. Yes, we are approaching Halloween, so Halloween decoration is in place. Let's throw in, or let's grab the glass and let's throw in some coal. Very nice. Do I need to store anything else? No, I think we are fine. I think I can bring the sand back to the construction site. Horse, here we go. Let's travel over to the construction site. I also need to construct some kind of protective barrier so that the athletes are protected from all the spectators, and of course the timer, the big timer where the new personal records are shown once you have completed a run on the running tracker. So lots of things still need to be done. Speaking of things that need to be done, the editing of the next cooking video needs to be done too. No, not yesterday. Monday evening, I prepared some baked pumpkin slices and I filmed the entire process. So there is a new cooking video coming up, hopefully this Friday, maybe next week Friday. It depends a little bit on the time I do have available, but I am quite confident that I can edit the video until this Friday, so that there will be a new cooking video about me preparing some baked pumpkin slices. It's a dish that is ideal for the current season, because we are in fall, unless you are living in the southern hemisphere, then you are approaching spring. But over here in the northern hemisphere, we are approaching fall, and fall is connected with, well, pumpkins, jack-o'-lanterns, Halloween, and so on, and of course, well, of course, pumpkins, as I just said. So, yeah, with this, I hope it's a good video. I at least had fun recording that video, so I hope it will turn out in a good video. That I had a better impression while I was doing it than it actually was. We will see. We will see. Haven't looked at the footage yet. Okay, this furnace is empty. Over here, I do have bone meal, which is nice. I want to store the sand here. I do not have birch, so it's good that I brought those birch logs. We need 4 black stained glass, is not enough. Okay. I need 1 set of white stained glass and black stained glass. So let's do this real quick. Let's get the bone meal. Let's get some white dye. Let's turn this into white stained glass and black dye. This into black stained glass. Now let's turn this into glass paints. Very nice. Okay. Hi. You were surprisingly close, my friend. Nice. Okay. Okay. So I need to start with white. Aside from having filmed the next cooking video, today, for me, in a couple of hours, for you already in the past, will be the start of the new lecture period. At least on my end, the new lecture period started on Monday, but my first session, my start into the introduction into human-computer interaction will start today, or by the time this episode goes live, it already has started. And yeah, I'm already somewhat excited what kind of crazy things will happen. I'm still not sure. Here the biggest problem, the biggest challenge I face, and that is, do I want to do teaching in person, so on premise, or do I like to do teaching online? Online would of course be the ideal choice. Oh no, I should have brought more birch. Dang. Okay, well, at least we can place 3 signs. Teaching online would be way more convenient. Would be not as great for the students, because then they 100, 400, 750. Then they would never see their fellow students, and 750. And yeah, this might be a bit sad, because the introduction to human-computer interaction addresses, okay, I need 1 more sign here, 2 signs, so 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 more. Yeah, 4 more. That's 2 batches of signs. That's 12. So 3. Yeah, I need 3 logs. I need 3 birch logs. Okay. So yeah, I don't know. This would be in person teaching would be good. On the other hand, there are the recommendations, even if you are just experiencing a slight effect of a cold, so like sore throat or something like this, please stay at home. Since it's fall, it's rather likely that people will have some effects of a cold. So they would be then at home, although normally they would be maybe in the lecture hall, but with those special situations they wouldn't be there. So in the end I couldn't address everyone if I wouldn't do at least some partial online teaching or so. This in the end would be cumbersome because of course I could do teaching on premise and have at the same time my laptop with me and have Zoom running on it so that I can broadcast my teaching live. But I'm not quite sure if this would then translate so well because I mean I just have the laptop and I might not stand all the time in front of the laptop, while I'm not quite sure if I can even organize this in a good spatial way, in a good spatial setup in the lecture hall. So then this would be a problem. Also, which is the thing where I think the university could do a much better job. As discussed several times before, we have this, you either have to be vaccinated, recovered, or tested, and this has to be checked. If personally I would do this would be an endless story, so I would never do teaching, I guess. The university decided to hire some kind of security company, so I don't know if we then do have a lot of bouncers standing around in the university or so. I don't know how this will then look like. But no matter how those bouncers look like, they would be there. And it wouldn't be like everyone gets tested or checked. No, only a few selections. They will just randomly select a few students and check whether they are fulfilling their requirements or not. And personally, I find this, once again, a little bit strange because, I mean, there can be, of course, people who are not vaccinated or for whatever reasons and who are not tested, and they are never get checked by the security people, which then in the end I would say would be a little bit of a threat for those people that are inside of the lecture hall, not talking about me necessarily, but about all the students, which in the end I feel is like, okay, this is not a good approach. Either you test and check everyone or you check no one, because if you just do a small little sample, then this helps no one. And yeah, then the only solution would be to just do it completely online. And I still haven't decided what approach I like to do. Luckily, I do have, well, 1 week left, and 1 week would be the first session that would be either on site or not on site. And yeah, I don't know. I still don't know, and I find this is just, everyone wishes to have, well, the university at least wishes to have on-site teaching, but I feel the way it is handled right now is not really making it appealing to do it like that. It would be different if I would have just a small group of students. With a small group of students, I could, right, this is nice. With a small group of students, I could remember them, I could do all the tests myself, everything would be fine. But with a complete lecture where currently in our online system we do have more than 200 sign-ups, they can't handle 200 people. So yeah, I don't know. I just find this not good. I find this pretty bad how things are, and I mean at some point we need to get back to on-site teaching, I guess, but yeah, what do I wanted to? Oh yes, I wanted to have the longest runs and other things here. So here would be longest swim. longest right and longest run. But anyway, so yeah, this is just hilarious, just strange. What do I want to display here? Do I want to display something here? I mean, I do have the Olympic triathlon here, or do I want to place the triathlon then somewhere else? Well, I don't know, but let's have a look at this. I think this looks cool. I think this is really cool. So you do have to enter wire here, so there's only one way to enter this. But if you get in here, this really surrounds you, and this gives you really a good feeling. So if you get into the center, you can basically look around and see all those various records. I think this is cool. I think this is super cool. I like this. I think this thing is pretty good. Do I just need to what do I want to have here? Not sure. Need to think about this. Yeah, cool. This worked out. And yeah, what else? Let's put this there. I think I could do some fishing. Speaking of sports and so on, I was thinking about, well, I discussed it on Sunday that I wanted to go cycling on Monday. I was cycling on Monday, was on a little bit more of a 50-kilometer bike ride. Was really nice. I was just hoping for, because they predicted some sunshine for Monday, but then in the morning there was this typical fog of the region, the typical fall, winter, spring fog that lasts for half a year or so until it's summer, and then it's just clear blue sky and the sun is blasting down and is just killing you or so. So it's either it's fog or it's too hot. But yeah, this fog, I looked at the weather forecast, and at first sun should have come out at 1 p.m. Then a couple of hours later, they changed it to sun comes out at 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m. But well, the sun never came out. And just was then cycling like this. But it was good. It was really a nice bike ride. Yesterday morning, I went on a 10K run in the morning. I also, well, I did this on the one hand because yesterday I wanted to go to the office, and so I wanted to at least do some training before being in the office and to just calm down. And so that I'm a little bit more relaxed while being stuck there. So so this was one reason. The other reason was now it's still dark in the morning, and I bought a cheap head torch, and I just wanted to test how does it feel to run with a head torch. And I must say, such a headlamp is not bad for running. It was interesting because, well, it was not pitch black anymore. It got brighter and brighter as I was running. So I only really noticed it in the beginning of the run. But this was perfect timing, because if something would have not worked out with the headlamp, I wouldn't have needed to stop my run or find a different road, or so I would have been able to complete it. But like this, I was able to test it, and I must really say it was interesting. It was really interesting being in the rather dark environment and still being able to run without being super careful. So this was cool. This was a great experience. Not so great was the experience that just a few minutes, I was already doing my warm-up. I heard it on my skylights. What you heard in 2 episodes ago or so, as I was saying, hey, can you hear the heavy rain? I heard some rain on my skylights, and yes, of course, it had to start to rain just before I started my run. Was already doing the warm-up, and as I got back home and looked down on my feet, I got some flashbacks to the last winter. the horrible last winter where it was wet, 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 wet. It never stopped. It never got dry, which resulted in even the paved ways becoming just muddy. And yeah, it felt a little bit like this as I looked down to my feet. I mean, I was running once again on paved paths, but still, I had to jump into the shower just as I was. It was not as bad as during the last winter, where I sometimes even got with my clothes still on into the shower to rinse off the clothes before getting out of them because they were so muddy. But yeah, it really caused some flashbacks of this bad time, and I'm really afraid that this winter will be the same thing, that it will be muddy, just mud. So I hope this is not happening this time. But yeah, running with a headlamp is really cool. It's really a cool experience. It's something new. It's exciting. It's a little bit difficult. It might sound surprising, but I found it a little bit more difficult to pace-wise to pace myself. I was running faster than I anticipated. Not that this is a bad thing, but yeah, it's still a thing I need to get used to, but it was cool. The time in the office was as usual when I am in the office, because then it's so much more easy to just ask me some random questions or so, or that something else happens that interferes with my things. So basically, all the things I wanted to do, aside, I finished the main thing. I wanted to return a few things, like this plush frog thing. I don't need it anymore over here, so I wanted to return it home, or at least we do have 2 plush frogs, and I wanted to return at least one of those 2 plush frogs. I don't need it right now anymore. So wanted to do that, and this is, I guess, the only thing I accomplished what I wanted to do at university. All the other things, did not work out as hoped. So it was like usual. Okay, I wanted to do some work, but guess not. Guess I'm doing this today now. But yeah. So much about this. So much about running or sports in fall, and cooking in fall. This is also good. I do have to come up with another interesting recipe for the other half of the pumpkin I prepared on Monday. On the one hand, I would really like to do the baked pumpkin slice again. I could just buy another pumpkin for a different recipe or so. On the other hand, I would also like to prepare a different pumpkin-based recipe. I'm not entirely sure what recipe I like to prepare. We will see. The options are endless, basically. So we will see. We will see what I will do. And yeah, that's how this episode comes to an end, I guess. Sunday was good, was a relaxed day. On the other hand, it was also a bit exhausting day, because I did one of my more on the exhausting and hard, tough training sessions, strength training sessions. But aside from this, Sunday was really a relaxed day. And yeah, I guess that's all the exciting things that have happened. I'm not sure if they were really exciting, but it were things that happened. And now we are at the end of this episode. Cat is happy. I unfortunately forgot to bring you a fish. Next time I will bring you a fish when I go fishing again. I promise. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you will be joining me next time. Until then, my name is Sebbi. See you!